Runescape Kingdoms board game was released with some awesome expansions, and today we are unboxing and reviewing the Tzkal Zuk Expansion, going through the all-new rune crafting skill, the Wandering Wise Old Man and its special powers, an exciting new campaign, and a powerful boss to beat. Hi, I'm Nick from Tabletop Duo, so grab your favorite drink and let's start with the unboxing. And here it is, the Tzkal Zuk Expansion. So let's start by removing the shrink wrap. And on the front cover we have the Tzkal Zuk, and in the back we can see all the components. Alright, so let's open it up. First we get the rule book, really nice artwork. And if it's like the other ones, really well explained. Then we get the region board. The board is one-sided and it has the fight pits, the deep tunnels, and the main plaza. It connects with Burnthorpe and Port Sarim. Then we get the punch board and the quest board. Let's open it up. For the punch board we get invasion tokens, rune tokens, the connection tokens of the base game map to the expansion map, the Wise Old Man token. Then we get the Runescape tokens, Burned tokens, and the Shield token. I will say that again for all the expansions. You see, like, we already took a lot out of the box and we still have half the way to go. These boxes, they really maximize the space in them. I loved it. So let's remove the cover. Now we get to the miniatures. The Wise Old Man miniature and the Tzkal Zuk miniature. It's a pretty tall miniature. I really like the details in it, the engravings on the sword, the orb that he's carrying, and also the details of the terrain. And then we get to the cards. There are 2 packs of cards, so let's start by opening this one. These are the boss's behavior cards, escalation cards, event cards, exploration cards for the new areas, and some for the areas on the base game. Jowl cards, rune crafting reference cards, and the rune craft skill cards, as well as the spell cards. Now for the second pack of cards, side quests, boss cards, and the vault cards, which I'm not gonna go through since they tell the story of this campaign. And you also get some Wise Old Man cards. And that's it for the content. Again, all the components fit really well in the box. The insert is amazing. Now that we have seen all the components, let's go through an overview of the new features. For this new region we get the fighting pits, the main plaza, and the deep tunnels. You can train your rune crafting on the main plaza, and then you can also train for defense and for the rocks resource on the deep tunnels. The Wise Old Man is a new addition to the game. You can play it standalone with the vanilla game or together with other expansions. And the Wise Old Man starts at the Draenor village, and whenever a character goes to the same spot as the Wise Old Man, you get to spend resources to add tokens here, and then you can use those tokens to get one of the effects, which would be either to retreat the escalation track -1, or place this adventure in another region, or place the Wise Old Man in any region. Rune crafting can again be added standalone to the vanilla game or any other expansion, or play together with this expansion. And the way it works, you get a rune crafting skill card. You start at level 1, and then once you have 2 XP plus an extra 1, just like in the other skills, then you remove them and you gain a level. You get more tokens as you level up your tier on the rune crafting skill, and you can perform the rune craft bonus actions in Melzdar's Maze, Ice Mountain, or Wizard's Tower. And you can also perform it in anywhere else as long as you discard a ladder, stone, or thread token. And then by doing this you gain rune tokens. Then you have a bunch of different types of spells that you can choose from. You can choose between the Enchant, Alchemy, Kinetic Surge, and Teleport, and also some generic spellcraft. For each one of the spells you have the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 that becomes more powerful, and depending on your rune crafting skill level, you're going to be able to access the other ones, and then you spend the tokens in order to play those spells. And the boss battle has some interesting mechanics on it. Essentially, the way this boss works is that it moves sideways, and then it unleashes a very powerful attack that is very hard to protect against, and for all of them you suffer 8 wounds. This boss performs line attacks, so they will hit like this, and if your characters are behind the shield, they don't take any damage. So you have to be careful during combat to position yourself so you get to hit the boss and then protect yourself against the boss attack. As you fight the boss, sometimes the boss will summon enemies, and these enemies can either heal the boss or like do some other debuffs on your characters. And you have actions to actually be able to defeat them or attack the boss. The boss has 20 health points, and whenever the boss gets to 5 hit points, it will enrage, and then the shield is removed, and it becomes much harder because the action to add a shield becomes optional. You can actually add the shield, but it will last for only 1 turn. So the idea is you have to try to kill the boss as fast as possible because you are going to be taking high amounts of damage. First, let's start talking a little bit about how good it is that the different mechanics of this expansion can be played all together with the vanilla game or other expansions. I really like that because in some games adding an expansion means adding a ton of new mechanics at the same time, and with these exchangeable features, Steamforged games allow us to incorporate parts of the expansions as we like. For example, I could just bring the rune crafting skill to my vanilla game or just add the Old Wise Men, and that would make my campaign not that much cumbersome. The rune crafting skill has some cool spells players can use, and like the other expansion's additional skills, it's simple to use. I like also that a campaign adds a few new spells, so players can do unique combinations of new spells as they progress. The itinerant Wise Old Man adds this nice new mechanic, giving cool abilities if you come visit it. The campaign and its theme of invasion is pretty cool and has enough twists and turns to keep you playing for hours. And finally, the new boss has some unique mechanics, like its positioning and its strong attacks that will force players to play the mechanics and to wait for the right moment to attack the boss. The final standing where the boss enrages works as a tense moment where players must use all they have to bring the boss down, and I like that a lot. The Tzkal Zuk Expansion adds a lot of exciting content and an amazing campaign that players looking for the endgame content will certainly enjoy a lot. If you like this review, there is a couple more on Tabletop Duo. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!